Well, hey everybody, I'm back for a late night. I'm on the East Coast, so I'm back for a late night Q&A, which I did earlier today. Couldn't do one at 4:30 as I had planned because we had a wild storm here. We had tornado warnings south in by Disney. I'm in Central Florida, so a ways south of me, uh, major tornado warnings, and they saw some rotation. So I was just happy that it bypassed us, but it was wild during that time. So in Florida, we get these crazy rainstorms, and then it stops. Um, so Q&A tonight, but what I'm going to talk about for a little bit and see if anybody pops on is I get a comment or comments a lot about, Leslie, I've gone to school for 2 years, or I got my certificate and nobody will hire me, or I have zero experience and no education and nobody will hire me. I've sent resume after resume and cover letters and nobody will respond. There are reasons for that. For the people who have gotten an education, sometimes it's about, and attorneys have relayed this to me, it's about them thinking that you want a lot of money because they see the degrees that translates to money for them. But it's not the only thing. It's also that they know what you don't know, and that you cannot help them on day one that you start at the law firm, and they honestly don't want to train anybody. And most law firms do not have somebody there who's a trainer. You might think that that would be the opposite, but there's no, I was fortunate that I had a paralegal that was there and said ask questions, and she could not have been nicer. But I'm telling you, that is not usually the case. And so people have found themselves just spinning their wheels, or they're drop the ball when they do. Some have gotten the job and then they find out that they don't know that they needed to know for operating in that law firm and helping the attorney, and managing the workload. They really, it's the story that I hear. It's either that I can't land a job or I'm in there, and I have students in my class right now, paralegal inner circle membership class, that are in my class to fill that gap because they went in there, they know some stuff, but they don't know how to research, or they don't know um, how to how things fit together in the process for that area of law. Like what happens when a case comes in and all the way to the time it's done. What is How do I find that out? How do I help the attorney in the best way that I can? And that, unfortunately, oftentimes, not, I can't say 100%, but the feedback I get from my own students is that they didn't learn any of this. They didn't learn the practical side. So I developed my course that has 50 videos, 50-ish videos in it, and the downloads and the private Facebook group to try to fill that gap where you have access to a very knowledgeable paralegal, moi, and that you're able to feel more empowered and confident as you go seeking after a job and working. Some of my students are working right now in a paralegal position, and they feel more confident. Some are in a paralegal position and have been for a long time in one area of law. I want to go to a different area. How do you do that? How do you convince somebody that you're capable? That goes for people with zero experience as well as people who are very experienced. It's all in how you communicate it, but also, do you really have the knowledge that the lawyer needs you to have to help him or her? And what I'm finding out is a lot of people that have come out think that they're going to learn all that in class or with a certificate, and I can tell you, you are not. So don't make that assumption, because you don't know what you don't know. And that's the scary part. And they don't usually have somebody sitting by your side teaching you. Where I had more training in retail, in the marketing department of a corporation, I had my boss right in front of me who taught me everything. I, worked a restaurant and learned, and got my food license and learned so much about food and running the restaurant from a chef in Toronto before I ever opened the restaurant. It was somebody was training me almost at everything except in the law firm. So, yeah, it's weird, isn't it? So it's better that you get your knowledge, of course, in many different places. It's not just from my course, it's from you doing research as well and you adding to your legal knowledge. And then at some point, you have to jump, you have to take off. And I encourage you to come into class before we shut down the registration on Friday at midnight so that you can then go after the career of your dreams and move forward. Okay. Well, I'm going to shut this down early tonight, but thank you guys for being here with me live and also on replay. If you have any questions whatsoever, just go right ahead and ask away and post in the comments below. And watch the earlier video. We had some questions at the earlier Q&A video I did today. So I was answering those. And if you have any, post them in the comments below because it really helps other people as well. So don't forget, first step is get my book, Legal Break-In. That gives you the insider's view. Second step is join the class. But also, if you want to come over and you're not a paralegal at this time, this is for total newbies. Come over to the Facebook group called Paralegal Break-In, where there's training in there already, where it talks about what's the first and second day like in the law firm and other topics that I've covered by video. And I add new stuff there about once a week or so. So go check that out. Paralegal Break-In group, just ask to join. Be sure you answer the question that I ask, otherwise you can't get in. And then, or if you feel like it, come over to Paralegal Coffee Talk. But more importantly, go to my website, paralegalcoffeetalk.com. There's podcasts there, vlogs, blogs. There's a list you can get to sign up for 19 alternative paralegal jobs. You'll see that at the top in the menu bar. Just, ask for it, but make sure you check your email spam folder. And there might be 2 emails you have to confirm to get that, but that's a really cool list that you should get. And I think that's it for tonight. So have a great night. And I will talk to you in tomorrow's live video.